just the other day. Oh, I guess that you were back in town. It's been a long time since you've been around. Remember when we used to make the streets unsafe together, baby? We were young and foolish then. Oh, how I wish we could go back again. I've decided it's been too long, baby. Reaching out to touch your heart, hope for a maybe. I get a one-way ticket down to memory lane. There are two hearts beating, just nothing will ever be the same. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now I wanna scream and shout, I love that I love you. Wanna shout, I love that I love you, baby. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now I wanna scream and shout, oh, shout out that I love you, baby. Oh. If you want, I'll come back again. I know I changed my mind too many times. If I say that I still love you, babe, would you leave all bad things behind? I promise I won't mess things up like I did last time I saw you. I did a lot of things that I regret. Now I'm not playing hard to get. Oh, I decided it's been too long, baby. Reaching out to touch your heart, hope for a maybe. I get a one-way ticket down to memory lane. There are two hearts beating, just nothing will ever be the same. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now I wanna scream and shout, I love that I love you. Wanna shout, I love that I love you, baby. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now I wanna scream and shout, wanna shout that I love you, baby. Yeah, yeah. Oh, shout that I love you, babe. I heard from a friend of mine who saw you just the other day. Oh, I guess that you were back in town. It's been a long time since you've been around. Remember when we used to make the streets unsafe together, baby? We were young and foolish then. Oh, how I wish we could go back again. I've decided it's been too long, baby. Reaching out to touch your heart, hope for a maybe. I get a one-way ticket down to memory lane. There are two hearts beating, just nothing will ever be the same. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now I wanna scream and shout, I love that I love you. Wanna shout, I love that I love you, baby. We had a chance, babe, to work it all I say that I still love you, babe, would you leave all bad things behind? I promise I won't mess things up like I did last time I saw you. I did a lot of things that I regret. Now I'm not playing hard to get. Oh, I decided it.
You are braver, stronger, and smarter than you give yourself credit for. You really are. You really, really are. Believe it, think that. It is true. It is the beginning of a new week. It is the start of something fresh. New beginnings. When are your new beginnings? Every morning, every new week, every new month. Look at it as a fresh start. A fresh start, blank slate. It's all good. I am glad that you are here. I am Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. That's the best part. You do it from home, dressed to the level of warmth and comfort and whatever it is that you like. You're doing it your way, but you're doing it, and that's the most important thing. This is a 1 hour long practice. You think that's a long time, but once you get started and get into it, feels so good, and you deserve to spend the time on you. Every day our practices are different, so check them out. Check them out, and you can do them all because you modify. That's the most important thing. As the bottom of our screen says, do what is right for your body. Just get out there and do. Get out there and move. But if something hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. You don't want to bring pain to your body. You just want to listen to your body and do what feels good for you. You can do it. Do what you can and just let the rest go. Word to think about today as we practice. This month I want to strive for balancing. Better balance. Balance in everything, right? Everything has to be balanced. The desserts with the Brussels sprouts, you got to balance that, and you got to work on your physical balance as well, as the season of ice and snow in some parts of the country is beginning. So you got to have balance in all you do, balance in your rest, balance in your practice, and just have fun with it. Props help. For today, your props are a couple of yoga blocks. I've got the 3 here, the little half one. As long as you have 2 yoga blocks or something like it, you're good to go. A strap if you want, a resistance band if you want, a little towel, and an eye shade are good too, and some water. All right, that's it. Let's start. Come on up to standing. As you come up to standing, let's lock in our mind a stress number. So what do we mean by that? Every practice, we do it. We lock in a stress number, and a stress number being scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Where are you? What's going on with you right now? All right, strike that confidence stance. Everybody wants to be more confident, right? So spread your feet a little bit, a little wider than hip width distance. Bring your hands to your hips, shoulders back and down. Give them a wiggle. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and a big breath out through your mouth. Rise on up onto the balls of your feet. Lift and lower, and just come on up onto the toes. Keep the heels behind the toes and lift and lower. All right, I had a big birthday this past week. And age is just a number, right? Age is just a number. I'm not going to tell you how old I am because it doesn't matter. Age is just a number. I'm going to ditch my jacket. And it is what you think it is, right? All right, hands to prayer center. Lift and lower. Look up toward the sky. Breathe. And when you're ready, settle your feet in. Lift your toes on up so your little weight is more back into your heels. Lift them on up, give them a wiggle. Nice job. Bring your feet in a little bit so they're under your hips. Lift your arms on up to the sky. This is called an extended mountain pose. Big breath in. Big shoulder softening, breath out. Stretch, reach, lift. Interlace your fingers, send your palms on up to the sky, and do your gentle palm tree pose. Sway from side to side. No rush, no hurry. Just do what feels good. That's the most important thing. Big breath in. Big breath out. Maybe you take the sway and hold it on one side a little bit. Think of stretching and lengthening through that hip. Come on back up. To the other side for about equal time. Finish up in your palm tree. Let your arms come down by your sides. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out as you fold forward. Let your fingers reach toward the earth. Let your gaze be to your toes, your knees, or up toward your belly button. Big breath in, big breath out. Decompress the spine. Put a little bend in your knees if that feels better. Big breath in and big breath out. The objective, if there is an objective, it's not to bring your hands to the ground. It's just to find space from your tailbone on up through your neck. In fact, shake your neck a little bit. Decompress. Move your knees a little bit. And then still your knees. Inhale, arms sweep on up as you come on back up to standing. Extended mountain, inhale. Exhale, little baby back bend. Reach your fingers toward the back of the room. Think of your chest going up to the sky. You don't want to crunch your low back so much. You want to lift your chest up, up, up to the sky. Finish up, come back to your extended mountain. Big breath in, big breath out, root into your feet. Let's do some arm circles, or shoulder circles, really. Start to do some big circles with your arms. And you know, they don't have to be huge. Do what feels good in your shoulders. As you get the groove of the shoulders going, add in the knees. Put a bend in your knees, and then come on up when the arms come up. Just kind of wake up the knees. Get the blood flowing. Feels pretty good, right? It should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, change it up so it does feel good. Let's take the arm circles in the opposite direction. Bend in the knees and come on up. Finish on up. Come back to your extended mountain. Reach, find length. Inhale. Exhale, arms come down by your sides. Shoulders are soft, big coat swing. Start to twist from side to side. Look over your shoulder. Maybe close your eyes or keep them open. You decide. So feel this nice, controlled twist in your low back. Arms are super heavy. You're giving yourself a pat on the hip, a pat on the tailbone, not on the tailbone, a pat on the side. Twist. And then slowly, let's finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. This is your mountain pose. With the arms up, it's extended mountain. With the arms down by your sides, it's your mountain pose. Shoulders are soft, no tension there. Big breath in. Big breath out. Ragdoll. Let's do that one. Hinge forward at the hips. Hands, bring one hand to one elbow and the other hand to the opposite elbow. Little bend in your knees. Knees are hip width distance apart. Gaze back between your knees or up towards your navel. Big decompression of your spine. Big breath in. Big breath out. Mobility and flexibility. Those are our buzzwords for today. Wiggle your knees. Tailbone goes higher to the sky. Crown of the head more to the ground. Now start to sway gently from side to side. One elbow back toward the knee. Then the other elbow back toward its knee. Breathe deeply. Let your low back decompress. So it's almost a combination of two things. Your big coat swing pose and your forward fold. We're just starting to move it a little bit. Let it feel good in your low back. Finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Maybe with your hands right where they are at the elbows, try to lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. Or you can put your hands down for a little bit of balance. Wiggle the toes, lift them up. And then finish up. Bring your knees down to your mat. Let's come into child's pose. Two common variations. Classic child's pose, knees are together, big toes touch, hips go back toward your heels. Arms down by your sides with your palms face up, and your forehead comes down to a block or to the mat. You know, if the big block is just super easy and the ground is just a little elusive, that's where your half-size block comes in. Slip it under your forehead. Arms down by your sides, shoulders soft, as your fingertips reach toward the bottom of your mat. Here is your classic child's pose. Alternative is an extended child's pose. For that, you just spread your knees wide, big toes still touch, hips back toward your heels. Maybe they sit on your heels, or maybe not. Arms reach long to the top of the mat. Use a block or not, and slip your head down to your mat. Big breath in, and big breath out. Into the nose, and out through the mouth. You decide what kind of breathing you want to do here. Maybe you like breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. But a more efficient way to breathe is Ujjayi Pranayama breath. To do that, you close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose. In either pose, sink your chest a little closer to the earth. Reach your fingers a little more to either the bottom or the top of your mat. Breathe out the backs of your lungs. If your lips are closed, really listen to the sound of your breath in the back of your throat. Big breath in, big breath out. Maybe you can widen the knees a little bit more. This is your child's pose. Great stretch for your quadriceps, for your knees, for your ankles, for lengthening in the spine. And if you're in extended child's pose, you're getting back into the shoulders. Big breath in, tailbone to the back of the room, big breath out. Child's pose, stay in it longer if you like. Come back to it any time you like, but right now I'm gonna press out of our child's pose and come on up and do toes pose. All right, everybody's favorite, right? Tuck your toes towards your shins. Have a seat on your heels. Use a block if you want, or the half block or whatever. You can sit on your heels or sit on the block. Shoulders back over the hips. Settle in here. Close your eyes. Soften in your shoulders. And if it is painful, or you just say, I've had enough, hinge forward, take the weight out of the feet a little bit. If it's okay, settle on back. Give those toes a nice good stretch. Now, I'm going to interlace my fingers, and I'm going to do an infinity sign. So interlaced fingers, a sideways number 8, working the wrists. Breathe here. All right, wrists are awake. Let's awaken the fingers, shall we? Okay, on Fridays we do a serve the tray pose with our weights. Extend your arms long, parallel to each other like a number 11. Palms face up. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You can do it with your eyes closed as you settle in here. Right hand is going to capture the pinky and pull the top of the finger back toward the elbow. And then do the next finger, the ring finger. And then pull the next finger back. Just get a nice stretch going there. You feel it up and down your forearm as well as in each finger. Don't forget your thumb. Pull it back too. Come back to serving the tray. All 10 fingers reach toward the front of the room. Left hand now takes the pinky and pulls it back. And work your way up the hand. All right, Marietta, I hope you're feeling better. Hello, Stan. Hello, Roger. Hello, Tim. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Rena. Good to see you. All right, don't forget the thumb. Let's go back to interlaced fingers. Infinity number 8. Circle, circle, circles. Number 8 with the wrists. You got it. Come on out of your toes pose. Pretty intense. Come on to the tops of your feet using your blocks or not. Have a seat onto the tops of your feet. So now you're stretching your ankle in the other direction. Using the blocks, you can press into them and come on up onto the tops of your feet. No blocks. That's fine too. You can challenge your balance. Hands to prayer center, maybe lean on back, or maybe bring your hands on down. How much of a lean do you want to put into this? How far do you want to take it on the tops of the feet? just feel the stretch. This one for me, at least for me, I don't know what it's like for you. You can tell me in our group, Friends of 316 Yoga. But for me, it's not comfortable, but it's also not painful. So what you want to do is take it to that point where, you just feel like you're at that threshold, but you don't want pain. All right, that's your ankle pose. Let's come on back. Come back to a neutral tabletop. You know this one. Everybody knows that. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Maybe squeeze and scrunch your toes. Circle the ankles in both directions. Get that tension going. Let's do cat-cow. All right, press into the earth. Tops of your feet, hands press equally into the earth. Crown of the head lengthens to the front of the room, tailbone to the back. Take a big inhale. And on an exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under, arch your back up to the sky, cat pose. Inhale. Bring it to cow. It's complementary pose. Tailbone and crown of the head lift. Ooh, that feels good in the low back, doesn't it? Let's do a few cat-cows. You do it to your pace of breath. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Do a few of these. And as you're ready, finish up. Hi, Betty. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Esther. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Karen. Hi, Irina. I'm glad you're here. All right, press into the earth. Let's do that little bit of a twist here. Send your right arm up to the sky. Look on up. Look on up. And then thread the needle. Thread the needle, bringing the right arm under the left. Palm of the right hand is up. Let the shoulder kiss the mat. Let your left arm reach long to the top of the mat. Shoulder down just for a second, right cheek down just for a second. On your next inhale, come on back up. Right arm goes up, 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 up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle again. Right arm comes down, left arm scoots forward. Come down to that shoulder, come down to that cheek. Breathe. Reach through all 10 fingertips. Inhale, come on back up. Right arm lifts, lifts, lifts. One more time, third time's the charm. Thread the needle. When you're ready, come on back up. One last lift of the right hand up to the sky. And then bring the hand down. Cat-cow, you know this one. Tuck your chin to your chest, tailbone under. Inhale, cow. Neutral tabletop. Thread the needle, quick little sequence here of 3. Lift the left arm up to the sky, look up, up, up. Exhale, left arm comes under right. Right arm slides forward, come down to your left cheek as best you can. Reach through all 10 fingertips. Inhale, back on up. Left arm lifts. Look up. Exhale, do it again. Hello to Stan and Lynn and Kelly and Annika and Kathy and Tina. Come on up. Back to your neutral tabletop and then lift the left arm up. Third time's the charm. Was that 3 times? Close to it. All right, let's come back. Cat-cow. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, cow. Bird dog time. Press into your hands. Press into your hands. Press into your knees. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift your right leg up, up, up. Bring it to about hip height. Extend your right leg long. Drive through your heel. That matters. So your leg should be at about, equidistant to the earth as your hip. You don't want it super high and you don't want it super low. Try to bring it equidistant. Press hard into your hands. Drive through your heel as your toes are drawn towards your shin. Stay right here if you like, or add in the left hand. Reach through your left arm. Reach. Press hard into the earth. Breathe. If you like, elbow to knee, underneath your navel. Right knee touches left elbow under your belly button. Couple of times. You got it. And when you're ready, one last big, big reach through the heel, big, big stretch, reach through the fingertips, big, big push into the earth, and then finish. Right hand down, left knee comes down too. Get your heart going, doesn't it? Press into the earth. Neutral tabletop. Good starting point. Left knee lifts. Lifts, lifts, lifts. Knee to about hip height. Maybe you stay right here. Extend your left leg long. Maybe you stay right here. Draw the toes toward the shin. Push into the earth. Feel the tension in the low back. A good tension, nice and tight and strong. Push into your hands. Right hand can reach to the front of the room. Stretch, reach, lengthen here. Your spine is long. You are strong. Stick with it. Don't give up. Elbow to knee, once or twice or 3 times. You decide how many times you want to do it. Stretch, tuck, breathe, lengthen. You got it. One last big lengthen. Heel goes back even farther. Fingers reach even farther. Hand comes down, knee comes down. You got it. Take a cycle of cat-cow. Nice. Let's do a plank. All right, don't be turned off. Don't think, oh, planks, I don't like them. I don't want to do them. A plank tenses up everything you've got. Everything you've got, it strengthens it. So good for overall strength. If there's only one thing, one pose for you to do that would help you build strength, it's a plank. Let's do it. We try to do it just about every day. Here's the deal. You do it your way. All right, here's an idea. You could have your hands on your mat like a neutral tabletop. Spread your knees a little bit wide, walk your hands a little bit forward, and hinge forward, placing more weight into your arms. You could stay here in this frog-like plank. An option, if it's a little too much on the wrists, come down to your forearms. Elbows under your shoulders, and you can stay on your knees. But again, the weight is more hinged forward. You can feel it. Push into the mat. Another option would be to tuck the toes. Press on up into a dolphin plank and lengthen here. Lots of different variations. Today, I'm gonna take a high plank and I'm gonna set a timer, 1 minute, just so you can kind of incrementally measure your success as you come back to your yoga every day. So let's get into the variation that you wanna take. I'm gonna take a high plank and let's set the timer now. So it's set for 1 minute. It's on the screen, you can see it too. So just do as long as you want, for as long as you like. Do what you can with what you got. We're 10 seconds in. All right, so ensure that your wrists are under your shoulders. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Press into your mat and hold. We're 20 seconds in. You've got this. And you know you can always take breaks. A way to take a break would be to send your hips high, come into a down dog, and rest there. Another thing, just slip down to your knees, no big deal. We are over 30 seconds in. Breathe here, find length in your spine. You can do anything. There's only 20 seconds left, right? Hold on, push into the earth, lengthen through the crown of your head and shoot energy out your heels. Breathe, push. You got 10 seconds left. Hold on, you're strong. You can do anything for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Come on down to your knees, grab a drink of water. You did it. However long you did it, you did it. And you can't do it if you don't do it, right? I mean, you'll never get to a minute if you don't try. Every day, try a little bit. We try every day in most of our practices. So good on you. Grab a drink. And let's go. All right, come on down to your bottom. Our usual little core series. You can use your strap or your resistance band in a moment. Let's do our Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. So bring the soles of your feet to touch, and then hands like your feet, knees open wide to the sides of your room. Come on down, all the way down to your mat. Once you're down, maybe hike your heels up closer to your groin. Bring your fingertips lightly to your temples. So feel this in your shoulders. Woo, feels good. Elbows driven down toward the earth. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now, when you're ready, your sit-ups. As you exhale, let your chin go up to the sky because you're keeping your neck and your spine nice and straight. Little lifts, little lowers. Keep your elbows open wide and your knees open wide too. Lift and lower, lower and lift. You know, yoga, it not only tones your body, but it gives you kind of mental clarity too. Get that blood flowing, and you just feel good about doing it. Nobody ever said, oh, gee, I wish I hadn't done yoga today. All right, you got it. Come on down, shoulders down. Bring your knees together toward the midline of your body, and let's do bicycle. So if you have a resistance band, you can take your band and tie it around your feet. This kicks it up a notch. So it depends on how tight you want to do it. Tighter, the more difficult. Wrap it a couple times around. Come on back down to reclined. If you don't have the band, you can still do this. It's very effective still. Bring your knees on up over your hips, shins parallel to the sky, fingers back to where they were a moment ago, lightly at the temples, and then drive through one straight leg, then the other. So like riding a recumbent bike. You can stay right here or peel your shoulders up and bring opposite knee toward opposite elbow. Keep riding your bike, keep extending through. So those little bands really make a difference. They can really challenge you. And they're not expensive. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then let's finish. Come on down, everything down. Remove the resistance band, just kick it off. And if you want, you could use your strap or nothing at all. We're gonna do boat pose. If you want to come on up, come on up, come on up. Yeah, you wanna come on up. You can take your strap and place it center of the strap, underneath, center of your foot. And using the strap, or you could use a belt or a dog leash, and lean on back. And then lift your feet on up. Keep your elbows hugged in. You can do it with a strap. Okay, no strap, I'm gonna do it another way. Come down to your forearms. Remember, elbows underneath your shoulders. Lift your legs on up and hold. And if you're in this position, draw your knees in and extend through the heels. Knees in and extend through the heels. Breathe. But if you're a classic kind of person and you want to come on up to your boat pose, you can be leaned back. Hands can be behind your thighs, near the knee. Lift out of the chest and hold. Fingers can reach forward or up to the sky. You're talking about working your core. This is intense, isn't it? Lengthen up, breathe, and then finish up. Whichever variation you're in, hug your knees in. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Let it go. Maybe push on up to your toes. Tuck your chin or your forehead to your knees. And maybe take the weight out of your toes and find balance here. Nice tight little yogi ball. Squeeze and scrunch your toes. Circle your ankles. Circle your ankles again in the other direction. And then finish. Feet come down. Even that's a balancing pose. Find your 2 blocks and let's go surfing. All right. Hi, Liz. Hi, Barbara. All right. Come on up. Knees underneath your hips. Hips underneath your shoulders. Blocks, high height by your side. Let's come into a lunge. Right foot forward. Knee over ankle. Send the left leg long and straight. Oh, I love this pose right here. Feel it in your left hip flexor. You know, you could put your towel under your knee if your left knee doesn't feel too good in this pose. Your blocks here are giving you balance as they bring the earth up to you. Woo, lengthen that left leg even longer on your mat. How does that feel? Take a big breath in and a big shoulder softening breath out. Don't stress over it. Let it feel good. Breathe. Perhaps you bring your shoulders up over your hips and maybe even lift your arms up to the sky. Maybe take a little baby back bend. Hands back to prayer center and just send your breath and all your good vibes to that left hip as you're stretching it out. Big breath in. Shoulder softening, breath out. Hi. She knows what she can get away with, don't they though? All right, start to surf it out. Straighten the right knee and send your hips back. You can keep your blocks right where you have them if this feels good, or walk them back. Come back to sit on your heel, maybe, or close to it. And then come forward with the blocks or without. Drive the knee forward of the ankle this time as you get that nice stretch going. All right, back and forth a couple of times. Your pace, however you like it. I'm gonna bring my hands to prayer center and use my core to pull me forward and let me come on back. I like to go all the way back to my foot, but you don't have to. Right toes go up to the sky. On an inhale, come on back up. Surf it out. Get that mobility going in those hips. I'm done. Are you done? Let's go to the other side. Right knee meets left on the mat. Blocks come by your side. Left foot forward, knee over the ankle to begin. Press into the blocks to send the right leg long on your mat. Top of your foot on your mat. Press into your blocks. Big breath in and big breath out. Big breath in and big breath out. Settle in. Maybe shoulders come more over the hips. Maybe hands come to prayer center. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe that's what speaks to you today. Feel the good stretch in the hip flexor all along the front of that right hip. Start to surf. Straighten the left leg. Bottom goes back to wherever you want it to go back. Left toes up, and then come on forward. I'm going to move forward because my back foot is off of the mat, and that doesn't feel so good. Breathe. Walk it on back. Do it again. With or without your blocks. Hands to prayer center if you like. Breathe. Breathe. Let's do one more big surf forward. Come back to knee over ankle. Let's finish up. Very similar to how we started. Lift your arms high up to the sky. Let's take our baby back bend on this side. Think of the chest going high up to the sky. Exhale, hands back to prayer center. You did it. That was your lunge. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Bring your left knee to meet your right. Let's go into a downward facing dog as we come on up to do some standing balancing. Hands down to your mat. Tuck your back toes, your only toes. Tuck your toes towards your knee. Straighten in through the legs and come into down dog. Down dog pose. Hands shoulder width distance apart. Feet, you're looking at them. They should be hip width distance apart. Adjust your stance so your heels are slightly lifted. Shake your neck. Let your gaze go back to your feet, to your knees, up towards your belly button. We tend to hold the tension in our neck. You don't want to be looking forward. Crown of the head toward the earth. Press harder into your hands. Think of your tailbone going up, up, up to the sky. Heels are lifted. Remember, start to pedal them out. Pedal them out. Bring one heel closer to the earth than the other. Shake your neck because it's loose. You're not holding any tension there. Finish up. Still your feet. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or walk your hands back to meet your feet. Grab your calves. Gaze back towards your knees. Hug your elbows in towards your knees. A little bend in your knees, maybe. Inhale, arms sweep on up. Come on up to do a standing position. Lift your arms high up to the sky for your extended mountain pose. Let's come back to our heel lifts. Come on up. Come on up. Lift and lower and breathe. Big breath in and big breath out. All right, settle your feet. Half crescent moon, palms touch. Lengthen up out of your fingertips. Thumbs cross, one on top of the other. Lengthen up here, chin away from the chest. Both feet equally rooted into your mat. When you're ready, bring your body into a moon shape, a half moon. Let your fingers work toward the left side of your room. Feel the big stretch up the right side of your body. Chin away from your chest. Top shoulder, right shoulder, bring it back. Lengthen, stretch. You got it. Let the bottom arm, the left arm, reach toward the earth. Let it slide down your thigh. Let the other fingers reach toward the side of the room. Both feet equally planted. Reach, stretch. Now take it super slowly. Let that left hand slide back up your thigh. Let the arms meet overhead, palms touch. Cross the opposite thumb over and let it be on top. Lengthen up and soften up in the shoulders. Take it to the other side. Palms are touching. Let the arms, the fingers go to the right. Lengthen up, breathe, chin away from the chest, top shoulder, left shoulder back, weight equal in your feet. Breathe, stretch. When you're ready, let the right arm slip on down your thigh. Breathe. Let the fingers work closer to the knee. Let the left arm reach more toward the wall on the opposite side. Breathe. Stretch it out. You got length there. Find it. Slowly let the right hand slide back up the thigh. Take it slowly. Bring the palms together to touch. Lengthen up. Let your arms float down by your sides. How was that? Let's do YMCA. No rest here. We got it. We got this. Bring your body into the shape of the letter Y. What did I say, YMCA? No, it's like the song, YMCA. You know that one. Feet, knees, legs together. Arms lift high. Your body comes into the shape of a letter Y. The magic here is the backs of the hands. Bring them to the back of the room. Chest is open. Lengthen up. Big letter Y. Bring your arms to a big letter W. Drive the elbows down. Backs of the hands to the back of the room. There we go. You will look taller after this one because it will help with your posture. Bring both arms into the shape of the letter L. Forward and backward. Elbows hugged in. Squeeze toward your spine. Let it feel strong. Now tee out your arms. Tee out your arms. And pulse your hands to the back of the room. All these things are for staging the house. We're moving. You're moving now. That's good. You're moving. We're all moving. Let's do YMCA. Let's do You Will Look Taller again. Big letter Y. Big letter W. Big letter L. And big letter T. Pulse it out and be done. Arms down by your sides. Close your eyes and feel how much taller and stronger and better posture you feel. Big breath in. And big breath out. Yes, we are moving. We've been wanting to move to Florida for a long time. We're putting the house on the market this week, so we've been working like dogs this past week, getting things packed and staged. All right, open your eyes. You did it. We did You Will Look Taller. Let's do another big balancing pose. Let's combine some things we already know. Let's do our one-legged mountain. All right, you know extended mountain. We've done that. Let's lift the right leg up. Bring your right knee to about hip height. Maybe you got a chair here. Go for it, whatever works. Lift your arms on up. Lengthen up through your fingertips. Draw your toes towards your shin and root strongly into your foundational left foot. Now take your arms down and bring interlaced fingers underneath your right knee. Hug the right knee in, kind of like when you do a supine twist when you're on your back, hugging it in. You can do it standing because you have good balance because you've been doing your yoga. Hold it here. Now, with the right hand, open up the right knee to the side of the room. Then bring the sole of the foot. We're going to come into tree. Bring it wherever you would like, but just don't put it on the knee. You could have it low on the shin or lift it on up and bring it high into the thigh. Root into the foundational foot. Drive the outside of the right knee to the back of the room. Lift your arms on up. Sway your branches. Look where the ceiling and the wall meet. That helps. Breathe. Let's deconstruct this tree. Bring your arms down. Grab onto your knee. Hug it in. Bring it back to the starting position. Circle your ankle a couple of times. Nice job. With this leg, you're holding on to it still. Take a big step forward with your right foot. Hands to your hips. Lean into the right leg. Left leg lifts a little bit or a lot. Hold it right here. Maybe remove the hands from the hips. Reach forward and bring the left leg higher, higher, higher. Come into a capital letter T shape. Hands back to your hips. Left foot meets right. Repeat as shown. Let's do the other side. Remember how we started? Feet rooted into the mat. Arms lift, extended mountain. Big breath in, big breath out. Lift the left leg up, up, up to your one-legged mountain. Knee at hip height. Lengthen through your fingers. Hold here. Fingers, bring them on down. Interlace them. Hug under that left knee and hug it in toward your chest. Try to squeeze all the air out. Keep your elbows hugged in. Breathe. Open up with the left hand. Open up the left knee to the side of the room. You got it. Bring the foot anywhere you like on that standing leg. Just don't put the foot on the knee. Press the foot into the leg into the foot. Maybe hands to prayer center as you find your balance. If you fall out, who cares? Nobody's looking. Get back in. You grow your branches if you like and sway them. Tree pose. And when you're ready, bring the foot away from the leg. Take your interlaced fingers, hug it in again. Circle the ankle once or twice in either direction. And then take a big step out with the leg, left leg. Hands to the hips, hinge it on forward a little bit or a lot. Leg lifts, hips are equal distant to your mat. You got it. Put a little bend in the standing knee because there's no point in stressing out. Life has enough stresses. Woo, if you fall out, no big deal. Maybe reach the arms to the front of the room, capital letter T, and then finish. Hands back to your hips. Right leg means left. You did it. Nice job. All right, hinge forward. Hinge forward. Walk your hands forward. Come back to your down dog. Feet, set them up, hip width distance apart. Pedal them out. Let it be. Still your feet. Kick your right leg high to the sky. Exhale. Bring the right knee behind the right wrist as we do half pigeon. Send your left leg long on your mat. Top of your left foot on your mat. Maybe work your right shin a little more parallel to the top of the mat. You can slip a block under your right glute. It helps keep the hips equidistant to the mat. Now, you can do a couple of things here. You can stay right here, because it's a big stretch in your glutes and your backside. You can stay right here and press into your mat. You could slip on down to your forearms and maybe use that other block to bring the ground up to you. You can do that. Maybe your hands rest on top of each other and you rest your head on your hands. I'm gonna do something a little different. Hands up pigeon. All right, left leg is long and straight. That's an important part. I'm gonna come up onto my fingertips and I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna look forward. Now you could kind of like throw your hands up like you're surrendering. Try that. Squeeze your elbows back. Hold on here. You got it. Hands come down. Take a breather. Hands come back up. Breathe. Elbows squeeze back and down. Shoulders relaxed. Hands come back down. Take a breather. Third time's the charm. Hands lift. I surrender. Squeeze your back. There we go. We are done. Come out of whichever variation of your half pigeon you chose. Tuck your left toes under and send your right leg back. Come back to a three-legged down dog. Shake out your right leg, circle it around. Your hips have lots of mobility in them now. Right foot meets left. Left leg kicks high. Other side, half pigeon. Left knee, left wrist. Right leg, long and straight, top of the right foot on the mat. Perhaps your right hand holds your left foot and you work your shin a little more parallel to the top of the mat. I feel that. Maybe the block goes under your left glute. You can take the arm variation you like. Hands under a block, hands on the mat, forearms down to the mat, head rest on crossed hands if you like. Or I'm going to do the same thing on this side that I did on the other. I'm going to press on up through my fingertips, going to look forward, and then send my hands up. Squeezing the elbows toward the spine, squeezing the elbows down. Come down to rest, take a breath or two, then back at it for a second go round. Maybe. Breathe. Hands come back to rest. Take a breath or two, soften in your glutes. Third time is the charm. Breathe, squeeze, you got it. And then finish. Hands come down. Let's come out of this half pigeon by doing the same thing we did on the other side. Tuck your right toes under. Left leg goes back. and lifts to the sky. Shake it out in a three-legged down dog. Feel that hip mobility you got going on. Come back to your down dog, tailbone high to the sky, push into the earth. Come down to your knees. Come down to your seat. Send your legs long. Toes up toward the sky. Lift your arms up. Exhale, reach parallel arms forward. Decompress your low back, toes up toward the sky. Stretch as far as your fingers will go toward the front of the room. Keep looking toward the front of your room. Decompress your low back. Maybe it's not too far, totally fine. Hands can capture your calves, your toes, underneath your feet, you decide. When you're ready, a restorative forward fold here. Chin, forehead to the knees. Come on back up, shoulders over hips. Cross your legs, right leg over left, arms lift, same thing. Reach parallel arms to the front, to the front, to the front. This time, capture what you can capture in your legs, and maybe touch your nose or your chin or your forehead to your knee. Come on back up, arms sweep up, lengthen up, cross the other leg on top. Lengthen, soften, reach forward, look forward. Hands to the sides of the legs, elbows hugged in, look to your knee. Eyes close, kiss your knee. Come on back up, shoulder over hips. The way we started, heels together, both on the mat. Toes high to the sky, arms lift. Exhale, reach forward. See if you can reach a little farther down your calves, maybe towards your ankles, towards your feet. Maybe drape the wrists over the toes. See if it's a little different. Breathe. Bring your forehead towards your knees. And finish. Come on up. Shoulders over your hips. How was that? Let's come into a brief pentacle pose. All right, so grab your eye shade and your towel. Bring it up to the top of your mat. You know that's a good sign, right? All right, come on down, pentacle pose. What is pentacle pose? Think of the capital letter X, or I guess a small x too. Send your legs wide and your arms high overhead, send them wide too. So you look like a big letter X. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Maybe this is right where you want to stay. Breathe, let everything go. Let everything kind of reset to your midline. Arms down by your side. I'm going to do a bridge pose. Bring your legs back to the midline as well and put a bend in your knees. Soles of your feet are on your mat. Heels in line with your bottom. Ankles underneath your knees. Arms down by your side. Fingers reaching toward the bottom of your mat because we don't put our shoulders next to our ears. They're relaxed. Push the weight into your feet. Lift your hips on up. Shoulder blades, wiggle them closer to your spine. Breathe. Press your hands into your mat. Push into your feet. Lift. Now maybe your hands can find each other. Interlace your fingers and send your pinky fingers to the mat. Breathe. Soften in your glutes. Push harder in your legs. Now with your glutes, squeeze them high up to the sky. Finish up, hands come down by your sides, roll your spine down. Think of one vertebra at a time. Clink, 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 coming on back down. Breathe. Arms down by your sides, toe heel your feet, kind of walk them to the edges of your mat, maybe even off the edges of your mat, and let your knees fall to the right. So this is a reclined deer pose. Tee out your arms. And if it feels good, your knees are going to the right, look to the left. Breathe. On an inhale, guide your chin back up toward the ceiling. Guide the knees up toward the ceiling too. And as you exhale, let the knees fall to the left. You knew that was coming, right? And then send your gaze to the right. Keep both shoulders down. Let the knees work as far to the earth as they like. Let's do it again. You know, chin up, knees up, chin up. That's always good. Exhale, fall to one side, and head turns in the opposite. Inhale, knees and chin up. Knees fall to the opposite and your gaze goes opposite too. Knees up. You do it a little different this time. And adjust your feet so they feel right. You always want to do what feels right, right? Let the knees fall to the right, just like we did before. But this time, you're going to help yourself a little bit with gravity. Lift the right leg up and the outside of the right knee, that's the bottom leg, bring that onto the outside of the left thigh. So the right leg is helping the left leg come closer to the earth. Again, look to the left if that feels good. Soften in your shoulders. And breathe. All right, you got the gist of this. Let's release the right ankle from the left thigh. Inhale, chin and legs up to the sky. Exhale, knees fall to the left. Left leg lifts. Outside of the left ankle comes on top of the bent right knee and encourages it down. We all need a little encouragement. It's nice when you can encourage yourself. Turn your head to the right, knees fall to the left. Soften in the shoulders. Let's do it again. Chin up, leg is released, knees go up. Breathe here. Knees fall to the right. Right leg lifts and pins down that left knee. Try to relax in the legs and gaze to the left. Chin up. Knee is sprung free. Knees come up. Knees go to the left, gaze goes to the right, left leg lifts and outside of the left ankle encourages the right leg down. Big breath in, big breath out. I think that pinning down of the knee is so great. Finish up, release that knee. Both knees go up to the sky. Your gaze does too. Walk your feet back on in so the feet are under the knees. Bridge pose, arms down by your sides. Hips, press on up, up, up. If you want, do the same thing we did earlier. Wiggle your shoulders closer together. Squeeze and lift the hips high. Arms down by your side or interlaced, pinkies to the mat. Breathe. Lift a little higher. Feel the difference between squeezing in the glutes and then squeezing with the power in the thighs. Release the arms down by your sides. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Tailbone down last. When you're ready, bring the right leg up outside of the right ankle like a figure 4 here. Outside of the right ankle on top of the left knee. Hands press the inner right thigh open. Maybe arms down by your sides. You lift the left leg up. Lift the left leg up. Take your hands and hold on to your right foot, the one on top. Pull it in a little closer. Using the left leg, draw the left leg a little closer to your chest too. So you're helping out a lot here with your hands on your right foot and ankle maybe. And you're letting that left knee help too. Push toward your chest. Soften in your shoulders. Circle the left ankle, right and left. And then give it one more good push in toward your chest. And then release. Left leg down, right leg meets it. Knees are bent. We're going to do the other side. Left leg bends outside of the left ankle on top of the right knee. Hands can press open the inner left thigh. Maybe that's where you stay. You don't have to push everything to its limit. If you would like, arms down by your side, lift the right leg up. Draw the right knee toward your chest. Put your hands to work too. Grab your foot, grab your ankle, pull it on in toward your chest. Knee comes in a little bit more, trying to help out. Keep your shoulders down on your mat. Soften in the shoulders. Circle your ankle in both directions. One last good little hug in here with that knee helping. Breathe. Right foot down, left foot down. Press on up to a little gentle bridge pose. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Hug the left knee to the left armpit, right knee to the right armpit. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side as we prepare for, well, this is a happy baby variation. As we do our happy baby, Ananda Balasana in Sanskrit. All right, maybe hands reach for your inner calves. Maybe you can find that a little easier today after the pose we just did. Maybe hands reach for your heels. Draw your toes towards your shins. Send one leg high up to the sky and rebend it while you send the other leg high to the sky. Oh, let it feel good. Happy baby. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then let's finish. Release your hands. Knees meet. Knees bend. Feet come down. Final Shavasana time. Eye shade is here, towel is here. We brought them a moment ago. Send your legs long, heels a little bit spread. Cover your eyes if you like. Feels really good to cover the eyes. And then wiggle in to what's comfortable for you in your final Shavasana pose. Arms down by your sides, palms face up. Big breath in, big breath out. Let it go. Shoulders are away from your ears. Eyebrows are softened. Nestle in and just breathe. Continue with your deep breaths and enjoy this pose as long as you like. Let everything be soft and surrender to the earth. Find that balance. You worked hard. Now it's time to refresh and relax and restore, even if it's just for a minute or two. If you can stay longer, enjoy it. If it's time for you to wrap up your hour and go on with other things, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. On an inhale, reach high overhead and take a big good morning stretch. Circle your ankles, move your feet, move your hips too. Nice big stretch. Think back to the big stretch you took in Bird Dog. And then finish as you exhale, soften up, bend your knees and your elbows and roll onto one side or the other. Just enjoy the journey, enjoy the getting here. Let it feel good in the hip and in the shoulder. Bend your low arm, use that bicep as a pillow for your head. Soften in the top shoulder. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, and breathe deeply. You're strong. Press on up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe you use your hands or maybe no hands at all. Come on up and just sit comfortably as we say goodbye. Bring your hands to prayer center in gratitude for what you have. You are strong, you are smart, you are flexible, you are brave for being here. Soften in the shoulders, palms touch, deep breath in, and deep breath out. Your breath is so important. Take another deep cycle of breath. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. Congratulations. You did it. Stress number you took in the beginning. What was it then? And what is it now? I guarantee it's a lot lower. Your yoga brings your stress down, and that's good for all of us. It certainly is. Thanks for being here. You did it. You're stronger. You're brave. You're smarter than you think you are because you're taking care of yourself. See you again tomorrow. We'll do it all again. Love you guys. See you on your mats. Have a great day. Goodbye. What's that all about? Have fun. Hey, Bonnie, come here. Come here. You want to come here? I guess not. Have a good day, everybody. Bye. You're a good girl. How's your little pumpkin feeling? It's that time of year. It is a fun, festive week. Make it fun, make it festive. Do your yoga. Continue to do your yoga. I am glad that you guys are sticking around. You guys are my friends. Thanks for letting me come do yoga with you. I bet you're feeling pretty good in your bodies. Keep it up. Tell your friends about our yoga. It's free for anybody and everybody. They can do it from the privacy of their own home, and they can feel as good as you do, right? So tell them about the yoga. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. See you on your mat tomorrow, and enjoy the season.